Before coming to Australia, I was in India. I was pursuing my undergrad degree in physics from Modi University, which is in Jaipur, in India. And my life before coming to Australia was mostly related to excelling in academics and partly involvement in cultural activities such as music and drawing and painting. Also, I sort of grew up in a very protected environment where I had my family around all the time. So I was very less aware of leading a life independently and on my own. So I had planned my career right from my school days. I knew that I had to pursue higher education in one of the top universities in the world. So this would give me a lot of exposure for both my professional and personal growth. During my final year of undergraduation, which was in 2018, I started to search for universities which ranked in top 100. I also shortlisted some of the universities that had the course that I was looking for, and I finally shortlisted Monash University because it had the similar course structure for which I was looking in the field of environment and sustainability, and that's how I got my idea to study in Australia. So since I knew that I had to go abroad for my further education, so I started to prepare for it by maintaining a good GPA, and also started to prepare for my English proficiency exam, that was IELTS, and I got a 7 out of 9 band in the exam, which fulfilled the requirement for admissions in Monash, and as well as the GPA requirement was fulfilled. That's how I got an offer letter from Monash. So since I had never been to Australia before, I barely knew its culture and education system. So my career counselor was able to help me through this process. She was the one to help me with the admission process, like filling up the application form and visa and everything. And she also helped me to understand its culture and education system. And I also did some research on the internet about Australia before coming here. So before I came to Australia, I had heard a few things from others, such as I might face racism in Australia. This was a very common impression of others. It was, honestly, I was a bit worried after listening to similar opinions, but I also heard certain positive impressions of others. For instance, one of my relatives had worked here before. He was in IT sector and he had all the good things to say about Australia. So this did give me a positive impression about this country. So when I came to Australia, I was all by myself. I was a little upset because I was leaving my family, my country behind. But when I first arrived here, I was really greeted well with one of the volunteers of Monash University, and he was really nice. So he was supposed to drop me to the place where I had booked to live in, and he was really friendly. Apart from that, people in the immigration were very helpful and really nice to me. So I felt that this would be a really good experience here. So it took me a while to understand the day-to-day life that I would be leading here. So I had to be all by myself, doing groceries and managing time for my studies and cooking and everything. It did take me a while to adjust to this new lifestyle, but it was fine. To be honest, it has been almost 2 years that I'm here, but I'm still adjusting. Every day I learn something new. So initially it was a bit difficult to adjust everything on my own, which I had never done before. And due to the current COVID situation, things were a bit more difficult, but with time, it became better. So here it is. When I moved to Melbourne, I remember being greeted with a smile or a hello from random people in stores, in university, or just in roads, and it's very uncommon in India. So this is something that I had experienced, which was very different from my home country. The education system in Australia is really different from that of India. So it could be because I'm pursuing a master's degree and it's a bit different from what we do during our undergraduation. So here it's more of self-study and research, and it's a process of self-learning, which is different from that of India. Moreover, every subject here has just one workshop per week, and in India, every subject could have 2 lectures a week or 2 workshops, or sometimes maybe thrice a week. Moreover, the professors here are really prompt with solving our queries, and they're really helpful. So far the experience have been really wonderful here studying. I would definitely want to study further in Australia. So the pandemic started right after I arrived here, which was early 2020, and I really don't have any experience in as to how life was here in Australia before the pandemic. So all of us have been in lockdowns, and it has been really difficult for everyone. It's difficult to make friends and networks. During this lockdown period, I think just doing music has helped me a bit, like doing art and craft and being on my own. I couldn't make many friends because of the constant lockdowns in uni and stuff. So I mostly rely on phone calls with my families whenever I'm feeling a bit low. So not many friends here yet. It has been really depressing for me, I think for everyone, that we are not able to visit our families. It has been nearly 2 years that we didn't get to see them, and it's a bit challenging time. But now that lockdowns are eased, so hopefully we can get to visit our home country soon. So I volunteered for Dixon House Homework Club since March 2021. So I found out about Dixon House through Google. I like to teach. I have been teaching for the past 6 years, and I found this a very good opportunity to engage with people, with local school students, and it was really a good experience to volunteer for Dixon House. It gave me the opportunity to enhance my skills in communication and being able to engage with children and teach them. So it was really the opposite what I had heard before. I have never experienced anything that was racist. In fact, I have only experienced nice and positive behavior.